Hi, welcome to day 19 of your 21-day yoga challenge with Living Your Yoga. Let's begin. Bring yourself into a comfortable seated position that we've been establishing every morning now. Lengthen the spine. Imagine you've got that thread coming out of the crown of your head, so you've got a real sense of awareness of your neck as well. Quite a few practices today we'll be working with neck and shoulder awareness. So let's begin with that intention. Soften the shoulders, lengthen through the neck, and feel the space between the ears and the shoulders. And then close your eyes or lower your gaze. Feel the sit bones rooted on your chair or on the ground. Bring your awareness into the rhythm of your breath, or maybe take a couple of sighs, inhaling through the nose, then exhaling through the mouth. And then whether you use your hands on your body to connect to your breath or feel the sensations and the texture of your breath, or noticing the air moving in and out of the nostrils, let your awareness turn inward slightly to have that sense of intimacy with the breath. And then just like yesterday, we're slowly going to start to bring our awareness to our surroundings. So let your awareness travel to outside of the room that you're in, outside the building that you're in, and notice the sounds that you can hear in the outside world. Whether it's birds, traffic, or airplanes, people. Feeling that sort of busyness of the outside world while you're connecting to your inner world with your breath at the same time. And then let your awareness come inside the room that you're in. And become aware of all the sounds and the hums of the room that you're in, the building that you're in. People, music, fridges, washing machines. And then let's take that quietness with us into our practice today. Begin with coming to lie on your back, knees bent, feet and knees hip width apart, arms down either side of the body, length through the neck, and have your gaze sort of coming almost down in the direction of the tip of your nose. You don't have to kind of look for the tip of your nose, but just that direction, and it'll help align the neck. And then turn your head to look over your right shoulder. And here we're going to take a breath in. We're going to push the feet down, lift the pelvis and the spine. The right arm comes up and over the head, and turn the gaze to look up to your ceiling. And then as you exhale, lower the right arm, the spine and the pelvis as you turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Inhaling, push the feet down, strong legs, lift the pelvis, the spine, the left arm up and over the head, turning the gaze to look up to the ceiling. Exhaling, lowering the arm, spine, pelvis, and turn the gaze to look over the right shoulder. And again, push the feet down, lift the pelvis, the spine, right arm, turn the head, look up to the ceiling, push the feet down as only as high as is comfortable for you today. Exhale, lower the arm, the spine, the pelvis, turn the gaze to look over the left shoulder. So we're working with quite a bit of coordination here. As you can probably tell, push the feet down, lift the pelvis, the spine, left arm, look up to the ceiling, go right to the top of the inhalation. Exhale, lower the left arm, the spine, and the pelvis. Turn the gaze to look over the right shoulder. If the arms don't rest on the ground above the head, by all means, put some cushions there to give you some support. It's nice for the shoulder to have a bit more support there. Push the feet down, inhale, pelvis, spine, right arm, turn the gaze and look up to the ceiling on the inhalation. And exhaling, lowering arm, spine, pelvis. Turn the gaze to look over the left shoulder. We'll just do one more here. Inhaling, push the feet down, lift pelvis, spine, left arm. Turn the gaze again, look up to the ceiling, root down into the feet, lift up as high as is comfortable. Keep the gaze looking up to the ceiling, and then just lower the arm, the spine, and the pelvis all the way down. Just notice for a moment how that feels in neck and shoulders. And then let's bring the knees towards the chest. Just rest the hands on the knees to begin with, so you're not pulling them tightly in. Just do hand to knee and see if you can look in the direction of the tip of the nose. Breathe in and out, feel the belly expand, moving towards the thighs. And as you exhale, the abdomen contracts and draws back towards the spine. And you might find just after a couple of breaths here, you can get a really nice lengthening of the spine all the way down to the lower back. Breathing in and breathing out. So there's no pulling with the shoulders, there's no grabbing of the knees into the chest. We're just trying to find that little bit of space and ease for the neck and the shoulders. And then you can bring the hands onto the shins and just rock gently from side to side here. Or if you're feeling like you want something a little bit more dynamic, I quite like to do rock and rolls. So inhale, rock up, keep the chin tucked in, exhale, rock back, and try and keep the feet off the ground. That's quite a nice challenge. This is a lot more stimulating for the digestive system, really stimulating for a morning practice, gets everything nice and awake. And then let's bring ourselves all the way up. If you're rolling side to side, roll onto your side and come up to sitting. And then we're all going to scoot round into all fours. If doing cat and cow is aggravating your knees, even with a blanket underneath the knees, then by all means come into a seated position. And spread the fingers if you're in all fours, hands underneath the shoulders or slightly ahead. If the wrists hurt, knees hip width apart. Inhale, lift the tail, lengthen the torso, look down the tip of the nose. Exhale, tuck the tail under, navel towards the spine, push into the hands and tuck the chin. And again, inhaling, we'll just do a few of these, and just getting really nice and connected to the spine. You've already done some bridges. So you've already invited a little bit of supported movement. So just see how it feels in your cat-cow this morning. And then have a little play here. You're familiar with the cat-cow sequence now. So some of you, if you're feeling a little bit more awake, today you can take the knees off the ground, come into a downward facing dog, pedaling the heels, or you might prefer to come into a child pose, depending on how you're feeling. What works for you physically and energetically and mentally this morning or today, whenever you're practicing. Let's just bring the knees down again, have a little bit of more of a play. Inhale into cow, exhale through cat. If you remember, we go back into child sometimes, maybe adding a little scoop, or coming back through cat and into child, and then keep the arms straight, back into cow. I'm just going to do one more dog. Breathing in, breathing out. So whenever I teach, I sort of like to invite a little bit of freestyle when you're familiar with the postures. So you can play between cat and cow, child and downward facing dog. It's a nice way to sort of move intuitively between postures that you're familiar with, that we've pretty much explored every day over the yoga challenge. Let's come down onto our knees now, and we're going to come into a high knee posture. So again, if there's discomfort with the knees, pop a cushion or blanket underneath. We'll just be here for a little while. We're going to bring the left arm onto our lower back, like so, palm facing away, and reach the right arm up to the sky. And try and keep the right arm to the outside of the ear. So you take a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to come forward into our child pose, but you're going to bring the chest to the thighs first, then the bottom to the heels, and then the head and the arm down to the ground. Keep the arm to the outside of the ear. As you breathe in, come up to high knee. Exhale, release the arms, swap, right arm on the lower back, left hand to sky. Take a breath in. And exhale, folding again. So the arm is to the outside of the ear, chest to thighs, bottom to heels, head to ground. And again, inhaling, come all the way back up. Exhale, swap the arms. Inhale here. Feel length through the whole of the spine. And exhale, coming down. Chest to thighs, bottom to heels, head to ground. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, swap. Inhale, stay here. Exhaling down. We'll do one more time on each side. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, swap. Inhale here. Exhale down. Keep the arm to the outside of the ear, chest to thighs, bottom to heels, then head to ground. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale to swap. Inhale. Exhale to come down. And then inhale, coming up. And exhale, gently release both arms. And just noticing how that feels this morning. Let's step the right foot forward to the outside edge of the mat. Bring the hands to the inside of that right foot and just simply start to circle that right knee. So we just work a little bit into oiling into the hips, releasing any stiffness, and checking in with mobility this morning. And then circle the opposite way, breathing in, breathing out. And if you're doing this as a recording later in the day, you might find this really helpful. If you've been doing any other movement or exercise, it's a nice release for the hips. Or if you've been sitting at a desk, hopefully this feels good too. And then come back up, take this right leg back, step the left foot forward, hands to the inside again, circle into the left knee. Breathing in, breathing out. And then circle the other way. And then let's bring that foot back, come up to high knee, and just step the left foot forward, step the right foot forward, and we're up to standing. Okay, so have the feet so they're around hip width apart, toes pointing forward, feet parallel. Push the feet firmly into the ground and lengthen through the crown of the head. Find a gaze straight ahead of you at eye level. Bring the left arm onto the lower back and reach the right arm to the sky. So if doing the kneeling variation wasn't comfortable for you, then this should work for your neck and shoulders too. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, fold forward, let the knees soften, keep the arm again to the outside of the ear and come into your forward fold. And then inhaling, coming all the way up to standing. Exhaling, swap the arms. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold. So let the knees soften so you're focusing more on lengthening the spine rather than stretching the hamstrings in the forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling to swap. Inhaling here. And exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling to swap. Inhaling here. And exhaling, forward fold. And we'll just do one more on each side. Now you've got the idea. So if you do this video again, and like I said, kneeling isn't for you, then you can just do this part in the kneeling aspect of the recording. Take a breath in. And exhale to fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, swap. Last time. Inhale. And exhale.
Really grounding through the feet. Let the knees soften, release the head and the neck. Inhale, coming all the way up.
And exhaling, release both of the arms. And then let's come to the front of our mats. Again, feet no wider than hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Push the feet firmly into the ground. Breathing in, reach the arms up. Exhale, stroke the air. Forward fold.
Let go of the head. Inhale, look up and lengthen the spine, either hands to knees or shins. Or if you're used to the practice, you might keep the hands on the ground, press the heels into the ground of the hands. And then fold. And today, if you step straight back into a downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, we're going to come down to our tummies on the floor. So that might be for some of you bringing the knees down and melting the upper body. For some of you, it might be coming from a plank pose and then lowering the knees to the ground. Or for some, it might be coming all the way down onto the tummy.
And then some of you might like to come in Sphinx pose, elbows beneath the shoulders, forearms, shoulder width apart and palms to the ground. Direct the tail down, lengthen the upper body. Or some of you might like to come into half bow pose with me. So you bring the left elbow just ahead of the left shoulder, left arm parallel to the top of the mat, bend the right knee, and just take the arm round to hold on to the foot or the ankle. Or if you can't reach, just hold on to your trousers, leggings, and let the right shoulder come forward. So we're just doing a little posture here with awareness of trying not to pull the shoulder back. Keep the shoulders level, but let the right foot push away from you, and at the same time pull it towards you gently, so you can feel this little bit of tension, this push pull, and at the same time you might find that the leg can lift off the ground, or for some of you just feeling that quad stretch might be more than enough. Take it nice and gently. If there's any aggravation with the knee in this posture, then come back into Sphinx pose. Breathing in, breathing out here. Notice the sensation. Feel that inhalation gently lift the upper body. And then we're going to exhale and gently swap. Release the right leg. Bring the right arm now parallel to the top of the mat. Just get the alignment with the shoulder and the elbow. Hold on now to the left foot. Notice how that feels. Let the foot push away from you and pull it towards you at the same time. Find that neutral shoulder position. Lengthen through the neck. So you're not turning the head to look up to the sky. We're not going to compress the back of the neck. We're just trying to find length in space. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, if there's any discomfort on the knee, return to Sphinx pose. And if you're in Sphinx pose and you've had enough of that, then gently return into a child pose. One more breath here. And then gently release the leg. So from here, some of you might like to come into child pose. If you've had enough of child pose from today's practice, then by all means, roll onto your back. Draw the knees into the chest, but this time, once again, like you did earlier, press the hands onto the knees and gently draw them towards the chest. Then move the hands round onto the shins. Maybe even interlace the fingers if you're comfortable here. But again, keep the shoulders soft. Try not to bring tension into the shoulders or the jaw. If you don't have any neck or shoulder issues, then by all means, lift the head up as though you want to get your nose between your knees. But again, keep the shoulders nice and soft, length through the neck, and jaw is soft here. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, if you let the belly soften, when you inhale, feel the expansion. And exhale, gently feel the navel move towards the spine. Exhaling fully. And we'll do one more breath here. And then slowly lower the head down. So if you stayed in child pose, just come onto your back briefly. Knees bent, feet and knees are hip width apart. Take the arms out to the side. Keep the shoulders soft. Don't have the arms too high. You just want to gap into the armpits. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, drop the knees over to the right and turn the gaze to the left. And inhale when you're ready. Return back to center. Exhale, knees to the left and turn your gaze to the right. And again, you're just moving to the rhythm of your breath. And see if you can return back to listening to that rhythm, listening to the quality of your breath, and finding that inner quiet while simultaneously observing the ongoings of life outside and around you. And the next time you take your knees over to your left, you can roll onto your side and ease yourself up to sitting. Or by all means, if you want a rest, then stay on the floor and get into a comfortable position. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you tomorrow.